Hello and good morning. Filming at a new location today, the Beast 3D. Flying with new batteries as well. If I could focus. And I want to show you guys what I've done to my Beast so far, and then a little bit of my flying location right here. Because this should be a little bit better for filming since there's no air traffic here for me. So this Beast comes with a white foam tab right here that blocks seeing deeper right there. And I actually mount my battery inside underneath the top wing mount with some Velcro. So I slide my battery in like this, and there's a piece of Velcro at the top, about right where my finger is on the inside. And I slide it in back there to try to get the battery above the board is what I'm aiming for. And when I'm inverted, I lose little altitude or none. So that's the goal I'm going for. And if you want to see my location, I have the sun's to the left of me right now, and the wind always comes in from right to left right here, but the sun will be blocked most of the day right here. No wind with the setup, but no wind will be blocked with the setup, but the shade is pretty nice all along the road right here. Probably going to be landing and taking off right here. Just parked at the corner right here though. So another thing with the Beast I want to note before I forget is I have an upgraded 3000 kV motor so I can get some higher RPMs, and I have a 5043 prop on. You can also use the yak prop, but you could do a little bit more crazier high G maneuvers with the 5043. And if you want to do a little bit more stable slow flying stunts, the yak 5.75 prop is a little bit better at doing slow aerobatics, but the 5043 is more for hardcore aerobatics. So I'll go ahead and get the camera on my head and let's get flying. So controlled takeoff hopefully. Into a knife edge. Bring it around over here before I get too far. Do a little hover into a torque roll. Bring it down. And it's such a nice flying model. This isn't even full power yet. This is full power. An extremely fun, precise plane. And with AS3X, it's a fairly calm morning. It looks like there's no wind with AS3X though. Pretty fun. Gonna come in for a slow, do a little bit of slow flying. This is the 5043 setup with the 3000 kV. So this is actually the fastest the Beast will fly on a 2S setup right here. And if you wanted to go the yak combo, you could fly a lot slower. The yak prop combo. Come in for a controlled landing, about 40% power. Turn with the rudder into there. Pretty fun model. I think my rudder's a little out of trim and it's making me hang in a certain direction I wasn't ready for. but only a little bit. So slowing down a little bit, no power, just letting it stall out, and then adding it. Because it has the 50-43 prop, it harriers a lot faster. With the yak prop, you can really slow fly it if your goal is to slow fly it. You can also snap roll it pretty good. Like that, and then come in for a dive. So my timer is going off for 4 minutes, so I'm gonna do a quick landing and get another battery going. But I think this is a really sweet plane.
Timer 1 elapsed.
Came in a little hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and get another battery going on this one. But I think this is a really fun 3D model. So I'll be right back in a moment. Okay, I've got my second battery out since this battery life lasts so little in a 3D plane. So I'm gonna do a little bit more stunt flying, hopefully. Hopefully a little bit more exciting this time. And I think I'll be playing with the yak combo, the yak prop combo myself in my next video, just to show some slower flight footage. Oh, man. No, I can't fly it how I normally want to. My Velcro just came off. I should have hot glued it. So I'm gonna be running a nose heavy CG this flight. Alrighty, so a little bit nose heavy, but let's try it anyways. Might have to trim it out a little. It definitely has more coupling with the nose heavy CG now, but it's flying pretty nice. Can't complain. can really 3-point land it with how you can throttle up last second and bring the tail down. Look at that vertical climb. Let's see if I could do a touch and go on the curb with this plane. Should be easier actually. Well, it doesn't have the yak prop, which would make it super easy because it's so stable during slow maneuvers. This plane's really good at pointing it where you want it if you're highly skilled enough to do that. Okay, so a little bit more pointable than the F4F and the P47, no doubt. Oop. Sound like I hit the prop and it protected itself by shutting off the throttle, which I shut off the throttle myself. But because I nosed over, I gotta walk to it. Just came in a little too hot. Should be perfectly fine. Should even be flyable. Yep. Since I'm here, let me... Oh my. Gotta keep my speed up if I'm doing touch and goes here. But just to show it's all good. No harm, no foul. Oh, torque row even. I don't want to kill the battery. It really only lasts about 4 minutes, even with the 50C batteries. That's because I had the 3000 kV motor and the fastest prop you can get on it while still being good. Perfect little model. Just look at it. You're flying, when you fly the Beast, you feel like you're flying a toy in a video game, because the AS3X stabilization just has you that locked in. And as long as you keep your energy, I mean, airspeed and ground speed, that's your two most important things. And did you just, I don't know if I just caught that on camera, but I just pulled this in between my plane out perfectly. It didn't stab it, it went in between the planes. Alright, I'll take that. But yeah, it flies like a video game RC plane. You feel like you're back in Vice City flying your toy plane, and it's just so stable. The only things you have to keep aware of is your airspeed and how close you are to the ground. And as long as you get those things in your mind constantly, you can keep playing around with whatever you want to do, as long as you don't go below your airspeed or go below the ground, so to speak. Those two things. So it's airspeed and altitude, and if you manage to keep your energy up like how I was doing, it's usually pretty good and pretty safe. So that's the Beast 3D next to my bigger Warbirds. If I was gonna do a quick comparison, let me get the camera off my head. P47 is definitely the most like beginner friendly trainer Warbird-ish to me. If you watched my previous video, I know the P47 takes off and lands on a long runway in real life, and the F4F lands on a Navy deck in real life. So the takeoff and landing procedures look a little different just because the Navy plane comes in at more of a controlled crash, and the P47 just has the luxury of a long runway because it didn't have to be on flight decks. So I love these 3 planes. These are my favorite. The biplane having the shorter wingspan but 2 wings makes it really floaty. I think I'll be putting the yak prop on. I'll play with that a little bit pretty soon, because you could really slow fly it a lot better. So these are my 3 favorite. Absolutely amazing. I have 4 beasts. These ones on the sides are too rare and too expensive to have 4 of them, and you typically don't get in as many accidents as you would with the beast, as these in the resale market are all banged up. P47 and F4F, you can usually get a little lucky. But thanks for watching.